How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's that time again. We have reached the end of yet another tournament, and we've got the final over in the Madrid Masters. We've got Casper Ruud and draper. I can't wait for this. I think this is the one we all wanted. It should be rather interesting indeed. I'm going to touch on it in a moment. Before we do, like the video, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're not. I'd appreciate it if you did. Very well. First things first, did we have a nice day off on Saturday? I imagine we did. Personally, I did. It was great. Last time we spoke, it went a little something like Casper Ruud to win a set and draper to beat Musetti. Did it not? Very, very pleased with that draper squad. Let me know, how did you get on in the semi-finals? Did you win? Did you lose? Did you come close? Share with the group. But for now, we've got one left. There can only be one. There can only be one, as always. Who's it gonna be? I don't think there's a clear-cut winner in this one. I really don't. These have never played each other before, so that always makes it a lot more interesting. Both of them have been fantastic all week. Both of these two have been by far the best out of the entire draw. Who have you been more impressed with? Question time. Who have you been more impressed with? Let's just say for Madrid. I was going to say for the entire season, but let's just go for the week. Draper, Casper Ruud. I think it's very, very tough to split these apart when it's came down to the individual performances from the pair. Casper Ruud, neither of them's dropped a set. Neither of them has dropped a set. Artur Rinderknech, Sebastian Korda, Taylor Fritz, Daniel Medvedev, Francisco Cerundolo. Easy as you like. Easy as you like. That's one hell of a road to the final, if you'd ask me. That's spot on. You couldn't ask for a better one than that, as good as they come. And even draper, Talon Griekspoor, Berrettini, we know he had to pull out, but he got the first set in that one. Tommy Paul made him look shit. Matteo Arnaldi, and then there was a lot of doubters when he faced Lorenzo Musetti, and rightly so as well. That easily could have went either way, but I had a feeling he'd win that one too. Straight sets, tiebreaker in the second, but like I say, pretty much every time I talk about draper, he's just better, isn't he? He's just been better than every one of these he's faced all week. How's he going to deal with Casper Ruud? Or more so, how's Casper Ruud going to deal with draper? What's the odds on this? Really quick. These are 1.4 now. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I checked yesterday. This was around 1.5. It has dropped quite a bit. Has that got anything to do with Casper Ruud's? Is it his rib? What did he say? He said something, didn't he, in his interview? Was it his rib or his hip? I'm not too sure. I've got the quote somewhere here. I'm pretty sure I saved this before, specifically for this video. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, rib injury. Yeah, quote from Casper Ruud. I'll read it out to you dead quick. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to finish the match, honestly. I felt something in my rib during the warm-up, just towards the end before going out on the court. And I felt it in nearly every shot, especially the serve. Luckily I got some quick treatments on it. There's not too much you can do. You only have 3 minutes with the physio. So I will go and check it out more. Rather foreboding statement from Casper Ruud, if you'd ask me. Look, prior to this knowledge, I don't know about you, I thought he looked decent against Cerundolo. It was a good match. It was a semi-final. It was a really good game, but I thought he looked solid. Well, pretty much just as good as he has all week. I do think Cerundolo had plenty of chances to maybe get a grip of that game, but he just couldn't take him. But the result stands at the end of the day. Straight sets, Casper Ruud just too good for him, even with his rib injury. So you could take that either way. You could say, well, he looked fine with it. Luckily for him, he didn't have to play the next day. So that should do all right for you. And then fingers crossed coming into the final, it's a lot better. So if you're going to play that good with it, if you can nurse it just a little bit over the weekend, imagine how good he's going to be able to play without it. I don't know. I'm not a fucking sports scientist, but I do think, if you've fucked your ribs up, there's not too much you can do. You've just got to sit on it and wait, haven't you? Um, or you could look at it as, it's he's had it going in. He's played a full match, and he did look good doing so, admittingly. But are you, would you have just disturbed that? And is that just going to sort of set in and make it worse with the day off, and then come again the next day? Is it going to be a little bit stiff for you? You're going to be feeling it a little bit more, just the same. Like I said, I'm not too sure on that. You let me know. But even with that aside, you can't fault any of the results. He's been flawless against everyone. Now, you don't really need me to tell you about the whole clay records and whatnot. We know about Casper Ruud on the clay. We know how good he is and how good he's been over the years. Jack Draper, like I said at the start of the week, we don't really know how good Jack Draper is on the clay. We know he tends to focus more on the hard court, or he has done the past couple seasons, but he's never really, he's never really cut it on the clay. It seems like he's never really bothered, but 6-1 to start this year. I don't know. You know, we've got another month of it. Come the end of this month, after the Roland Garros, that we could be calling him clay play. You never know. This lad could be one of the best clay players on the tour at the moment. Just look how good he's been this season as a whole anyway. Look at the improvements he's made all around. 13-3 on the hard court, 6-1 on the clay. Unreal. Unbelievable. Someone said it in the comments the other day, I can't remember who it was, but shout out to you, like Jack Draper really is playing like world number one material. Now, I don't know how that's going to look when Yannick Sinner comes back, but the way I'm looking at it, there's not many people that are going to challenge Yannick Sinner when he does come back, and if anyone, it's probably going to be someone like Jack Draper and Alcaraz. Who else? You tell me. That's another story for another time. One thing I am sort of toying with here. Look, the Greek sport one, fantastic. Berrettini, Paul, Arnaldi, Musetti. I think Casper Ruud's going to bring, if anything, a little bit more from the opposite side of the net than every one of them, especially on this surface. He moves really well. He moves well. Jack Draper moves okay on the clay, but he doesn't move as good as Casper Ruud. That is a fact. Maybe he won't need to depend on it too much, providing he can serve as good as he's served all week. He should be alright in that regard. Yeah, a lot of this does sort of lie in the hands of Casper Ruud. Like, how's he gonna look? How's he gonna hold up when he turns up? It mightn't mean anything. We might get the best version of Casper Ruud. This will be the first Masters title that he's ever won. Which is mad to think, Jack Draper's already won a Masters title before Casper Ruud. That's somewhat strange, I suppose. But like I said at the start, I'll say it again. I think Jack Draper's just better than Casper Ruud. I do. On paper, he may not be better on the clay. And I know a lot of people are going to be taking Casper Ruud, especially at that price there, 2.8. I couldn't talk it off it. I'd much rather have a sprinkle on that than Jack Draper at 1.4. But I will say this. If anyone's got Paddy Power, you're in luck, because that spread was 2.5 last night and it's went to 3.5 now. And I don't know how I feel about that. Especially if Casper Ruud turns up and plays as good as he's played all week, I feel like that's a very, very... he's got a very good chance at pulling that spread off, if you'd ask me. But Paddy Power's got Jack Draper at just over 1.7 for minus 2.5. I think that is the way. I may look. I think I might do, Like I said at the start, there's not much to split them. Not a lot to separate these two. I've compiled the statistics, the major statistics, the percentages for each one of these games, for both of them, from the start of Madrid leading up to now, and the averages that we have been reduced to. I'll just read them out to you, So, dead quickly, Jack Draper's pretty much pissing every one of them in the stats, every one of them. Casper Ruud 67% on the first serve, and then you've got Jack Draper 64%. First serve points won, 67 for Casper Ruud, 78% for Draper. We've got second serve, 89 to 94. Not much there. Second serve points won, we've got 46 to 63%. And then the aces per match are very much similar. And then Jack Draper's averaging half the amount of double faults per game. The numbers would suggest that he's playing a lot better than he has done. But, whether a lot of that's got to do with the opponents or not, I don't know. You can make your own mind up on that. But the numbers don't lie. Do you think it's going to be close? I don't know. Casper Ruud did win two titles on the clay last season. He did. He hasn't won a Masters though. You feel like at this point now it's sort of getting to the point where like you will put a lot of pressure on yourself, because if you can't follow through and win titles now, it's like, when are you going to? I'm so shocked he hasn't won a major title already, but I don't know. Maybe it's a mental thing. It's definitely not down to ability, because like I said, he's been fantastic. There's no reason why Casper Ruud couldn't go on to win this one, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Jack Draper might just be too good. He might just be too good. And all biased aside, he's dealt with everyone. I thought he looked decent against Musetti. It was a lot closer. It was a tougher game, probably the toughest one he's had so far this week. But I can't help but feel like he gets past Casper Ruud. I'm pretty sure I had one more statistic to mention there, and I've just fucking went off it. What was it? I think it was the most crucial one too. Bear with me 1 second, I've got it here. This was it. This is what I wanted to mention, and then I'll let you go. Breakpoint saved. Jack Draper's faced 6 breakpoints all week. 6 all week. Casper Ruud's faced 30. Now, admittingly, he's saved 24 of the 30. That's very, very clutch. I think Cerundolo had plenty of chances to at least turn it round. And I can't help but think Jack Draper, playing the way he's playing at the moment, Casper Ruud can't afford to give him half the amount of chances that he did with Cerundolo, because he'll definitely take it. He'll most definitely take them. And I'd be willing to roll the dice and say that he does. I'm going with Jack Draper, minus the 2.5, Paddy Power. That's just me anyway, you don't have to go for that. You let me know what you're taking. As always, get involved, share your best bets, don't be shy. But that's going to do us, folks, for one more tournament. Till next time, I'll be saying good night to you. You take it easy, yeah? You take care of yourselves, you take care of one another, most importantly. Like and subscribe. Be cool if you did, I'd love to have you. Let's go get that cash, yeah? Enjoy the final, folks, and I'll see you in Rome. Jack Draper squad, where are we? Take it easy, yeah? I'll see you in a bit.